So here's a dog whose head is stuck inside of an empty biscotti bucket.
But it was slid right over the top and it went clear back on her neck here.
That lady runs an animal rescue place in California's Central Valley. And she says that someone on social media drew her attention to this dog, trapped within the confines of what appears to be an empty 40-ounce container of La Dolce Vita Classic Almond Biscotti, available at Costco for $14.99.
Tara Morrison in Stockton was the one who contacted us, and she said she comes every night, regardless of whether she can eat or not, but she noticed that on her head around the 6th. And then at that point, she would slam this bucket onto the deal that she had, would just slam it really hard, hoping some of the food would pop up.
La Dolce Vita, of course, is Italian for the good life. But unless you enjoy having your head stuck inside of a jug, which you very well may, hey, you do you, our dog here didn't exactly appear to be living her Vita La Dolce, especially considering this thing had been on its head for 2 weeks. And it's really hard to eat anything, even biscotti, when a jug is stuck to your head. So, the animal rescue kept a watchful eye on the dog and ultimately decided to lure the thing over to them.
To entice her, that we went ahead and did a crock pot with chicken in it at the far end, so the smell was there.
The trap ended up working, and the rescue was able to unjug the dog and get it over to a vet.
We ran some lab work. Her labs came back looking very good, given her circumstances, a little dehydrated and obviously underfed.
Another veterinarian was pretty surprised the dog was able to go 2 weeks without food and water. 2 things that many experts believe are necessary to sustain life.
It's hard to say how he survived it. I mean, being without food is not good, but being without water is much worse, and that's how I get dehydrated, and it's a lot more harder on their system.
It turns out our dog here named Grace was microchipped, and the shelter was able to identify its owner, a homeless person who allowed the shelter to help find the dog a new place to live.
Oh, she's a good girl. I think she'll attach to anybody like this. It's only been a couple of days, so yeah, the person that feeds her will always get the attention.
The animal rescue says it's now taking applications from people who might want to adopt Gracie. And hey, if you think we already did this story a couple of days ago, nope. That was the story of a coyote with a statue stuck to its head out in Wisconsin. And that coyote didn't necessarily go hungry for 2 weeks because, well, the coyote was chasing a rabbit that made its way into the statue first. I wouldn't recommend dipping that in your coffee.